What's an intro?
You said that right as I started recording.
That's the intro.
That's the intro. Alright, so we're going over, me and NADALLAMA here are going over basically the new patch, and we're going to go a bit more in depth than the basic overview that I did for Wednesday, or Tuesday? Wednesday. So, let's get right into it. So the hotfix, this is live right now.
This is,
and I can say it right now because yeah, this video is coming out in like 16 hours. So editing.
This is right now.
This is right now. So
this is a peek. This is a peek behind the curtain, boys and girls.
So Varric, Forge Fire turrets don't go for shield, but Dome works now. Basically.
And the Dome shield fire does go through shield.
Yes, Forge Fire doesn't.
It still does. It's
Dome
just the base.
does.
Yeah, exactly, which is how it should be.
So the only thing about like this is that like Nando, I don't know how good Nando's gonna be, but like for like we can talk about that later, but like for this patch, he's still gonna be worse than Nando, but this definitely like increases the gap between him and like the other main tanks, I think. So I think Varric's gonna get even better for like the month that's left in 4.5. But other than the drogue change making Infernal very happy, the Unstoppable Force change is nice. That works now. You get to send people flying.
Yes, it's ridiculous.
Anything else I don't think is super relevant. Ray,
there's Ray stuff. You can talk about that.
Yeah,
What's your
Ray. I don't know, man. Like I haven't even played Extension yet. I have not played a game with it, so it's a bit weird. The cool thing about it is that like her bounces actually take forever. So having like magic in the blood and death magics reduce the cooldown of your next heal actually matters now. Because otherwise you get like a lot less value out of it. It's still weird, but focus shouldn't matter, envelop damage doesn't matter. Like extension being maybe playable, but even then, like I straight up don't know if it'll be worth it over restraint, because like the range that she has already, just because we've kind of been forced to play without it, has been fine. So unless this is like super good for some reason, like you heal your backline and then the heal goes off and does its own thing. But like, honestly, I just don't really see that happening, and I see being able to have 100% caught from round 1 being pretty good. So
yeah, Dead Zone's interesting. I feel like there's potential if you play it like you play it in Dark or play it in Hell on Stone, Dark on Jag, and you just use it to remove the main tank.
Yeah, dude, I've canceled Ying ults with this before, and it's really funny, like seeing like Khans just like holding up shield, like, "Where's my healing? Where's my healing gone?" Oh
yeah, because it pierces everything, except for terrain. Yeah, and even then it'll go through terrain for a bit.
Yeah, so
especially if you get one of those Inaras that is stupid and pops both cooldowns at once, and they try to run away, you can go, haha, no.
Yeah, it also makes her the best duelist in the game. So there's that. Vora all of a sudden becomes a very easy 1v1, which I'd never say on any other support.
Yeah.
The rest of the stuff, I don't think these term cards are super relevant unless they're in a speed build, but then like...
Turn bad.
Okay.
Turn bad, touch bad.
And then this is all pretty... whatever.
The Mave, if everyone who's been asking me in Twitch chats for the past like week, the Mave challenge works now.
The Mave challenge works now.
They fixed it.
They fixed it. On to like the actual patch that's coming in 4.6 in a month. So I'm not gonna go like over skins or something. I'm sure we all think they're very pretty.
On September 15th.
September 15th.
Is the date. So what is changed to Stone Keep? It is now wheelchair accessible.
It is now wheelchair accessible. Realistically, right? Like the change to the jumping. Like the free boxes or whatever, the organ I think they're called, in church doesn't matter too much, I don't think. Being able to not see through the stairs on the high ground,
I think that matters.
That matters.
And then the whole push is something.
Yeah, so I don't like obviously we haven't really played this yet because PTS isn't up, but just like talking about like how this is gonna work, I think like it's going to be different.
Far worse on the map as well.
Yeah, especially because that was a very good Wormdroge map. I think that the change on the last push though, like I think it's gonna be different because straight up you have fewer options. Like before you could go up the stairs, you could like fire mattered, high ground mattered, like taking an angle below that mattered, but now all that matters is like that high ground, and it's just those kinds of fights tend to be more boring, I think, because you just have fewer options. So I'm personally not a fan of this change. I don't know why you'd rework Stone Keep. The reason they got rid of it, right, was that you couldn't just go to the spawn and get dismounts, which hasn't changed. Like, you can still do that. So
yeah, also there's those boxes in the spawn door now, which I have inquired about. So the way those boxes work, there's boxes like on the like where you push it in. There's like cover on that now. Yeah. No. I mean like on the low ground. There's boxes.
On low ground. Oh. Okay. Well, those things.
You can jump up those, and then you can dash. You can dash to. You can mobility over to high ground.
Gotcha.
It looks like from that you could be able to just jump to it with a wall jump, possibly. But I think I was told you can mobility to high ground. Also, the off-tank angle seems like it's worse, like the off-tank spot.
To contest, yeah.
No, I mean because the stairs go up there. That little angle where the off-tank plays, the stairs go up right there now, so you won't really have that anymore. I think Fireside is going to be where people hide from the scary stuff on the high ground, and you just play in fire. It'll be like the main tank trap, where like they really shouldn't be playing there, but they're going to anyways.
Right. So,
but none of this, we don't know anything.
Yeah.
Because it's not out yet. Oh, I just realized something.
You just realized something.
Second from the last, there is now a new edge on that roof. There's 2 new edges. You can see it more clearly in the second from the top. There's 2 of them on the edges of that. So that's new Wormdroge cover, possibly.
New. I was gonna say if you can maybe do the roof abuse thing there, but
you probably could actually. You can just sit in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
and then Hedge is now just Hedge. Also, the fact that Hedge is now stone.
Hedge is now stone. He's on stone.
Hedge is now rock.
Where? Yeah.
The callouts will be remaining the same,
except for Hedge.
Too bad. Hedge will be Hedge. I'm still calling it Hedge. Ivy doesn't have any more Ivy. I don't even know if there's a fire and fire. There's probably not bells and bells. Oh, you're not gonna be able to go and shoot the bells anymore.
Oh, true.
You could shoot the bells and they would go ding dong.
Yeah, that's just completely gone now. Maybe you should like shoot the clock and the day-night cycle will progress. Oh, by the way, to my understanding, there is a day version of this map and a night version of this map. It's not like going between them. Right?
Yeah, it's not a cycle. Yeah. It is just a day and a night.
Right. So on to the actual balance changes.
You know what we really needed?
More Andro nerfs?
More Andro nerfs, dude.
More Andro nerfs.
You know, this character wasn't bad enough.
I mean, honestly, dude. Okay, so my take on this is think...
Also, it's so like irrelevant Andro nerfs.
Yeah. Well, I should probably zoom in. That's probably like. Oh, I don't know what happened there.
Oh, you broke it.
I broke it. So, I don't see these mattering. I don't see the first one mattering. I don't think that change matters. 5 units is nothing. So it might be like more visually consistent, but like gameplay wise, I don't see this mattering. Buying time.
What a fish. Andro.
Andro. Yeah, why are you in Narnia, by the way?
For comedic effect.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I do my best Spidey impression from the back of the room. But Andro! You can't forget about Andro!
Can't forget about Andro. Yeah, so buying time. I don't think anybody had an issue with this card ever. Like I am I am trying to raise ruckus about this card because it scales. Oh no! It scales 2 ammo per level, and his other ammo cards scale 1 per level. Who cares? Like,
yeah, it's not an issue.
maybe Andro as a character of unique experience is an exception. So.
Is getting ulted by Andro the most fun you ever had? Getting ulted by the enemy team?
Well, see, Andro ult I can actually do something about. But this, like, the way I see this nerf is that it's not going to do anything to Andro, but it's going to really hurt Andro. And Andro, by the way, for people who don't know, is a build with like max reversal reset that Bitey plays. It's just reversal spam that has this card at level 2. So it's having the ammo you get in that build, which is kind of crazy.
Which is significant.
Yeah, and it's
because you're resetting your reversal cooldown off of hitting shots.
Hitting shots, yeah. So
and you need shots to hit shots.
It's really hurting that playstyle, and that's just really weird because the only way that this change makes sense is if they're doing it. They're adding it for consistency for the sake of consistency without realizing like the point of consistency is so that like people understand stuff. But like this is fine. It scales 2 per level instead of 1 per level. Who cares? That's perfectly understandable. It hurts a playstyle that they must not know about because that sort of Andro playstyle is exactly what they'd want in the game.
Yeah.
So it just makes 0 sense to me.
Also, who was running buying time anyway?
I mean, I some people were at like level 1. At level 1 in Andro builds. That's all I've seen. That like, Andro, that's the only other use of it. Like, it's punch ammo or it's dash ammo.
Few aspects that are not seen as aligned with player expectation. What does that mean?
So, like, that's what I mean by the Andro punch nerf has got to be visual, right? Like, he punches and then the hitbox is bigger than the punch animation. That's, I assume, what that means.
I mean, that's fine.
For the ammo thing, it's got to mean consistency for the sake of consistency, right? All his other ammo cards are 1 per level. This one's got to be 1 per level, when it's perfectly fine at 2. And it encourages cool playstyles. A cool playstyle. So, I don't get it, right? And that's... I don't know.
Just get Darkstalker back.
I like that.
Put that as a card.
Yeah.
Put in a card that gives Andrew another charge of dash per level.
We don't want this man to have 8 charges of dash. He's gonna spam them and heal for 1600.
It's exception. It's a unique experience.
That would definitely new limited time mode, right? Oh god. All right, Atlas. So the unstable Fisher nerf. Is it even unstable Fisher anymore?
It's still called it, yeah.
I thought it was fraying threads or something.
I think it was frayed threads in like PTS, and they just said, nah.
Gotcha. Okay, so I can forget fraying threads. So unstable Fisher, another gigantic 5-unit change that's gonna matter for nothing. So is that? I mean, it's not a bad change realistically. If you look at like what they're doing, increase the range of it. I think that's fine. I just think 5 units is a bit of a meme. I don't think that's gonna be like super impactful. Who knows?
What if you had a limited time mode with Andy and he only had 1 shot, but every time he dashed, he reloaded that 1 shot, and then he had infinite dashes?
That could be something. That would look really silly.
That would look awesome.
I think that'd be great, yeah. We should suggest that.
I'm in my DMs right now.
Alright, so the second half of this Atlas change is that they are doing something to the strongest character in the game that's not a nerf. It is in fact a buff. They are buffing the strongest character in the game. And the reasoning is that it was hard to play.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, sure, but the reward was better than most alts.
Yeah.
So I don't think something being hard, if the value is that high, and it's so punishing too. It's like a I don't even know what the cooldown is on it. I don't know what the cooldown is now, but
it's pretty up there.
yeah, it's like around 20, right? So it's probably around 19 now. I think it was at 21. Now it's probably like 18, 19, 20. I don't know.
Yeah, it's up there. It's significant.
Yeah, so it's very punishing. It's very hard, and it's extremely strong. Extremely strong. So I don't get it. It felt fine. It was really strong. If they had done this the other way, if they had nerfed it by 10%, I wouldn't have blinked an eye, honestly. So
yeah,
I think it's a little silly that they're buffing the strongest character in the game, but I don't think this like changes anything. I think it makes him stronger, but like you're still banned.
You've made the best character in the game stronger. That doesn't change that character's place that much.
Yeah, there's a lot of changes this patch that are like mess with numbers, but don't change like places. I think so. Something that might actually change a place.
Yeah,
so,
what's up with this?
I don't know.
What's up with it? What's the point?
It's console. That's the only explanation that I can think of, because Cassie is like the lowest rated on console. The Impulse Cassie is the lowest rated on console. That's the only thing I can think of.
Stupid.
Yes.
That's just like muscle memory is now sort of ruined, and also it's easier to hit Cassie shots.
Yeah.
Which like you do realize they're Cassie shots, right? Like how big is a Cassie arrow?
Pretty big. It's not small. Not.
It's 10% bigger now.
10% bigger. So.
And 5% faster, which means that blast shot combo travels at a different speed, and your muscle memory is scuffed for hitting long range shots. I don't know. I don't get the point of this. I'd be fine with the size increase. It'd be kind of weird, but I don't really get why. But like the speed is just gonna be straight up like, hey, old players who have hundreds of hours on Cassie, better relearn it.
Yeah, I don't get the point. Like, and then there's this developer commentary, right? But this tells us like nothing. Like, you know, Cassie's a champion who rewards players who are familiar with how her weapon handles, and these changes aim to make it slightly easier to do so. First of all, I've got no idea what they're actually talking about.
I think those changes miss.
You can't
they
miss.
Aim,
projectiles,
but they
projectiles are 10% bigger. You can't miss. But
okay, but like, the speed though, rewards players who are familiar with the weapon. I mean, what does that mean? Isn't that every character? Isn't that every character in the game?
Yeah.
That should be every. Like,
I think that is water is wet, so we're buffing Cassie.
You can remove Cassie is A and just have champions reward players who are familiar with how their weapon handles, and apply that to every character in the game.
Yeah,
except for like Victor and Tyra, maybe. But even Tyra has like tap firing for range. And then that's just like character kits.
Right. And then the second part I don't get. These changes aim to make it slightly easier to do so. Do what? Become familiar? Like, be effective? Like, it straight up just grammar-wise does not tell you what to do so means. So, to reward people? Like... It's easier. It's easier is what they're saying. They're making this character intentionally easier. And, honestly, if they wanted to do that... Like, why? Why do you want to make this character easier? Why do you want to mess with that? Don't mess with the projectile speed. Just, if you really want to, sure, the projectile size. But projectile speed is just weird. Yeah,
so, I don't get that one.
Yeah, and this is also...
that one is a swing and a miss by about 10%.
Yeah, and once people do get used to this is a flat buff, right? Yeah. It makes her better at range. It doesn't really impact her close to mid-range, but long range, she'll be able to fight things better, like straight up.
Yep.
So,
yeah,
I don't know. I don't like this one. So Corvus, he's got more damage.
I'll let you take this one.
He's better fall off, and when he doesn't TP, I honestly forget this is in the game. So. He's still only healing in pockets. That's all that he brings. Like, I don't think he's gonna have range to actually like. He like. if you're picking a character for their damage, they better be really good at that damage, because you're not competing with other supports. If you're comparing support damage, you're competing with how well you can enable other DPS. You're not competing with like Ying and Damba and Genos. You're competing with like Cassie and Leon and Victor and Maeve. You're competing with actual DPS, because as a support, if you're choosing to like pick them for their DPS, they better be doing more than a Damba could enable another DPS. Because so, does this change break that benchmark? I don't think so. The range is really nice. The range probably helps a bit more than the damage does. The damage just makes him better against flanks. Like, he's actually kind of nasty against flanks now, I think.
Yeah.
The knife change encourages people to go for slows and damage more, which I think is great. Again, because I forgot that existed. But this, like, again, I don't think it changes his place. I think this makes the character better, but I don't think he moves at all. Like,
yeah,
he's still healing in pockets. So unless he can, like, really, really contribute damage, and he's incentivized to contribute damage because he does a lot of it or something, which, again, is only a 60 DPS buff if you do the math. The range is nice, but I just don't see this being... It's going to be impactful for Corvus, but is it going to make him better? Like, no. Like, this is, like, borderline quality of life.
Yeah.
So, he's going to feel better, and I like the buff. Like, don't get me wrong, I like playing Corv when it's not, like, hyper pocket metas. But, and it's a buff to Corvus, not, like, his marks, which is always nice. But, I mean, if you do want to make the character, like... Because, again, I don't know... This dev commentary says nothing. He's underperforming. He's like, this thing is weak, so we're buffing it. But, like, why? Yes, this thing is bad. There are multiple things that are bad.
Yeah.
What's the point?
What's the intention?
Yeah, so, like, do you want Corvus to, like, do more himself? Do you want to give him a niche there? Do you just think that he can't defend himself well? Like, yeah, he's underperforming, and, like, when he's not pocketing people. And, like, we can talk about why. You can talk about his healing output and his lack of utility and the fact that he's somewhat squishy and the fact that his ult is, like, mid-tier for supports. It's not super fantastic. It's not worth picking for his ult. You can talk about a lot of different things about Corvus. And this thing just says he wasn't doing well, not surrounding his healing output. So we're doing these things, but, like, there's no correlation there. And also, his healing output is pretty weak. Like,
yes. That's the point that's where I kind of went, what's up with this in this patch show?
Yeah.
I think Corvus is underperforming in his healing output.
Yeah.
I think Corvus's healing output is not very good.
Yeah, I agree. Like, he can do okay healing, but you don't want to pick him for his okay healing, because then he's using his marks to heal. And then you're not getting value out of your marks. You might as well pick something else. So he's not bad at healing, but he's not worth picking for healing. So, like, if you're heal bonding as Corvus, you're not gonna play something else straight up. So it just misses the mark, and I don't like it. I mean,
yeah,
I like the buff. I don't like the dev commentary, because it shows that they, like, accidentally made a good change. It feels like, you know, if they had just buffed his healing a little bit, if they had said, okay, his healing, or let's say they thought that his healing wasn't good, then they buff his healing. It's like, well, that's not really his issue. It's his, like, marks and his you know, what his marks do in the meta. And yeah, so I don't know. It's just like
the character enables DPS well, and this isn't a meta where you need that.
Yeah, so, like,
and I don't think that's a bad thing. I think characters having a niche and not always being good is totally fine.
Yeah, you could wait 6 months and this character might be an A tier. So, like, without changing him.
100%.
So it's like, change good, reasoning is scary, because it shows that, like, there's a lack of understanding about what's going on here. So, or at the very least, there's a lack of understanding of what dev commentary is supposed to convey to the player base. Best case scenario. So.
Yeah.
Evie, so Blink, this is server compensation, basically, because we all know that servers are in a spot, and picking Evie is a gamble.
Servers are the single largest issue facing paladins in the current year. That is my take.
I think that's a pretty reasonable.
I mean, lack of a comp scene, but you know, that one's been done to death.
That one's. I think we've been over it.
We've got a few hours of content.
Yeah,
about
this
that whole situation.
But this change is nice. It's again sort of like buff, quality of life, good change, nice. So over the moon.
Shout out to the pond in the dev commentary.
Yeah, good job, Nico. Over the moon though, numbers buff. She does more damage, but it doesn't break any benchmarks. So it's
this one's
irrelevant.
I mean, it's nice. It's more damage, but it's not going to make Over the Moon viable.
Yeah, I agree with that. So, and then
better, but not best.
Yeah, exactly. Fernando. So,
I don't know what these numbers mean.
There's a lot of numbers.
Yeah, I don't know what these numbers mean until I feel it and mess with it. I'll be honest.
That's kind of how my take was on it. So going over. Okay, let's actually go over this because 15% to 20% needed to bring it back up.
That's something.
So if it gets broken, it's broken for a little bit longer, like 0.2 seconds longer or something. I don't think that matters that much. Reduce the resource generation is pretty big. You build shield slower. This is like, again, like it barely matters what this is because this is 0.1 seconds. So I don't think this straight up matters. Like, it starts to recharge slower by 0.1 seconds. That seems pretty irrelevant. And then if it gets broken, you have to wait 1.5 seconds. And then you have to wait for it to get to 20%. Is my understanding?
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
So basically, if it gets broken, it's coming back slower, and it regens slower. Now, I think the important number is this, because this is like if it gets broken. Realistically, you can just like drop it when it has like 2 HP, and then save your cooldown. So if it gets broken, he's in trouble because 1.5 seconds plus 20% is impactful. But that's going to be less important than 11% less, and that seems like a big number, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how it feels. I'd have to mess with it a bit, but 11% is pretty significant. It took a 10% nerf to kill an Ara, so.
Fair enough.
Very different effect.
Different,
but yeah.
But yeah, the number can't.
I mean,
maybe the 0.1 second will be the difference. You know?
Just as an example, I don't think it's gonna make. I don't know. I have no clue. I'll have to mess with it.
Grover, so this looks weird. This looks really weird.
Okay, so do you want to just not read this and say what it actually does?
Sure. So Grover, Deep Roots right now will root the first target. It will root the first bounce. It will root the second bounce. It will root the third bounce. It hits 4 targets in total.
At max. If they're all together.
Yes. Next patch, what it's going to do, it's going to root the first target. It's going to slow the second target. It's going to slow the third target and slow the fourth target.
It also deals 400 damage to every person.
It deals 400 damage. But it still roots the first target.
So, okay, the strength...
You can see why this is a bit misleading, because this does not have the word root in it.
Also, so the strength of Grover is the ability to root DPS in poke fights and kill them, which he can still do.
He fights DPS.
And the ability to get really, really good dismounts on certain maps, which he can still do, because it still does the damage and it still slows.
Yeah.
This change does not affect Grover that much. Now, it will affect him.
Yes.
Because less rooting is obviously worse for the team with less rooting. Slow is an effect. Yeah, it's like this is the same as like new Tiger Sword. It's something. It's significant. Refill reduces the percentage effect of slows, not the duration. Doesn't affect the duration whatsoever. It just messes with the effect. So this is a nerf. Yes. Is it going to make Grover shift in the tier list of supports down below number 2, which is Damba, no. Grover will still be the best support.
Yeah, he's good because he roots and he fights DPS, and guess what he still does? He still fights DPS and he still roots.
And dismounts. Yeah,
Yep.
tree.
So, I can't wait for patch debugs when everybody goes into the Paladins Discord and says, why is Grover still rooting? So
Yeah, that'll be a thing. That'll probably be a thing.
Because this wording is awful. I hate it so much. So Grover looks like a big nerf. Actually, borderline irrelevant.
Yeah. Speaking of irrelevant.
Okay, this might actually matter. Like, 25 damage is not bad. The range is not bad. Increased accuracy is not bad.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, the thing about this, though, is that, like, this is obviously, this is the buff, right? She's going to be better. I don't know if she's going to be better than, like, you know, Cassie, Leon, Kin, backliners. You get the idea. And also, this is not the change that Octavia needs. The change that Octavia needs, that they need her passives to work. Because they don't. They all charge.
I've heard people saying they got fixed. I've heard people saying that they're not fixed. I'm not 100% sure. I will say, if they have been fixed, I have not felt the impact at all in any of the games I've had with Octavia.
I've had like one, so
you know, they may have gotten fixed. I'm not 100% sure. They haven't publicized that they've been fixed. I haven't tested it personally because the character, like the vessel of the passives, is still bad.
Yeah.
So maybe if the passives are functional, then this might be a relevant change.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure.
If you can get like a good passive on an okay character, that might be worth picking. But that just if the passives don't work, then I think Octavia is still like D tier, not worth picking. So I wish they'd tell us this stuff if they fix bugs or not. But
yeah, that's why I'm so happy we got Hotfix notes. Hotfix notes are great.
100%. So, Seris, I'm okay with this nerf because
I don't think it's super needed, but I'm totally cool with it.
Yeah, I don't think you were ever picking this character. She was never the best option, but she was way too much value for how easy she was.
Yeah, she was always the easiest option. She's always what you can put your 5th pick on. They won't like hard feed as much as they would on something else.
Yeah, Yang, Pip, or whatever else you're considering if you're considering Seris. So
yeah, that is the strength.
I think this is pretty irrelevant at like higher levels. I don't know about like anything else what this will do. But
I mean, we have our experience of the game, and in our views for our style of play and version of play, this won't do a lot. Seris will remain bad.
I think it'll mean more Ying bans. Because you have like, you ban Grover, you pick Damba, you ban Ying, then they're like forced to play either a nerfed Seris or like a Pip or a Corvus or a Furia.
I like the Pip.
Which are like, I mean, yeah, Pip's great, but not many people play Pip for some reason. By the way, you watching this video, you should play Healer Pip. It's really fun. So yeah, overall, I think it's okay. So Sha. So I don't really know. There's a lot here.
I think you just still run Sand Trap. I don't think this change makes you run Desert Silence. The buffs are nice. Shaw's been being played more with the prominence of Vatu Ruckus.
Yeah.
So this will be sort of shoving him back in as opposed to letting him come back into his own.
Yeah.
Shaw's one of those champions who sort of like has habitually acquired buffs for about 3 or 4 patches in a row and then like dominated the meta for a patch or 2 and then got nerfed back down. And we seem to be beginning that cycle again, so.
Yeah. I don't know if you'd run this against like some characters, because How long is Sand Trap cripple? Is it 1 second? Is it 1 second or 2 seconds?
It is 1
It
second.
was 1 second. So like that's where I could see this thing maybe having a niche if you value the silence now, which is a silence over a cripple, so it's better to tanks. But
Yeah. Well, but also the 300 damage.
Yeah, so that
The
makes it so
300
much better
damage is the
against
big
flanks.
thing.
Yeah, and then if
Because
you just
what do
want,
you
like,
pick
base
Shaw
cripple,
for is the thing. Like, what is the niche of the character?
He's like anti-flank.
Yeah, so you want that extra 300 because
That's anti-flank.
he's anti-flank.
Yeah. It's a cool idea though. I don't remember. I couldn't tell you what Does It Silence did. So, like your first shot out of stealth silence or something?
No, it was just your
Is that it?
cripple now silences. That's all it was.
It? Oh.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
your
thinking
cripple
of
now silences for 2 seconds.
uh,
You're thinking of old desert. You're thinking of Desert Shadow.
Shadow. Yeah. Okay.
Your first shot out of stealth had more damage. And it was
damage,
always
yeah.
bad. I don't think that talent was ever good. That was the
remember
one that got
playing that.
removed.
I mean,
Do you remember? It wasn't Wanderlust. It was Shifting Sands. That was a fun Sha Lin talent.
I don't remember shifting sands.
Shifting Sands was eliminations reset planted.
I remember shifting sands. Ready?
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 Ready? That was Shifting Sands was great.
Yeah. I think there's a clip of some dude on Bright Marsh getting like, yeah.
Just chaining off 5 planteds back when
Yeah.
planted was planted and not rapid shot.
It's still planted. It's planted.
It's still
in our
planted.
hearts.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's always gonna be planted to me, bud.
So Skye.
I'm cool with this. I hate this character.
Says the tank
I
player.
hate this character so much.
This
She
is
makes me so sad.
this is a big nerf, I think, because
She hurts me, bro.
she's gonna be taking so much more damage now. Like
Yeah.
it's
my
like,
backline can help me now.
yeah.
My Nessa can make the pain go away. She can fight the demon off.
So I don't think it's a question of if this character is gonna fall. I think it's a question of how far
Yeah,
is she going to
I
be
think
playable.
to B tier. I think she will fall to B tier. I think it's still very good on the small maps like Bright Marsh and Jaguar Falls, and potentially on Splitstone if you're playing it in Quarry. I think she on the bigger maps it'll be rough.
I don't know how she lives. Like
She lives by being quick and healy.
right, but like no amount of healing is gonna save you if you have like 1900 HP and are just getting shot. And then if you're using your stealth to get out, then it's just like extreme Seris shadow travel. Where if you actually want to do anything again, you have to like get rid of your safety. So I don't know. I think she falls farther. Honestly, I don't know where you put this anymore.
That's a fair point.
I see her getting ran at, honestly, which is weird, but
I'm cool with that. I don't like Skye.
yeah. I think that's a good take. I don't like seeing a playstyle kill them. I'm okay with seeing less Skye. I don't like seeing a playstyle killed, which I think this will do. So
Hey Fish, you know that noise that Skye makes when she exits stealth and starts shooting?
I do know that.
It goes like budding and then pew 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 pew.
Yeah.
I hear that every time I close my eyes.
Oh no.
Like I've had a quiet moment. I'm trying to go to sleep. I rest my head on my pillow, and it's got like the cold on both sides. Like you put your like arm under the pillow, and it's cold there too. And it's just like you're in heaven, and you're just like just ready to doze off. And then I hear Skye exit stealth, and I'm just like pure terror, adrenaline. I'm now covered in sweat. Both sides of the pillow are now warm. It's awful. I hate this character. Get her out of here.
Fair enough. And they also nerfed the healing by 52, so that's something.
That's 50, not 52.
Man.
I think I'm making Fish angry at me.
Speaking of irrelevant balance changes, so Strix now shoots 0.05 seconds faster.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
The pistol change might matter, but the rifle change is like,
No.
do you even notice that?
It's 40 extra DPS. The only situation where it might matter is that he might be able to like shoot someone before they get around a corner faster, which might let you two-trap them, but like the situations where that matters is like so small, and he's still like gonna get ran at.
Dude, my reaction times are definitely 0.05 seconds.
Yeah, so I don't. Yeah, that's not doing anything. But the pistol, we don't know how much damage this does.
I'm assuming 212 as it previously did, but we don't know the fire rate.
Well, they said they don't. Oh, well, 212 like damage, but like
pistol
DPS.
pistol currently. Oh yeah, DPS. Yeah, we don't know the fire rate, so we can't figure out DPS.
So,
and less recoil.
What if it is the highest in the game? What if it is though? Like I don't. Think that matters.
Pistol. Strix pistol used to be the highest in the game.
Yeah.
Like that used to be what like Strix had the highest DPS.
But then, like, what if they bring that back? I don't think that brings Strix back. I'm not gonna lie.
I think you still run tactical retreat and you run guerrilla warfare and you play aggro DPS Strix
with pistol,
which is just with pistol.
Pistol.
Yeah, shot, swap, and then you burn them with pistol, and then you stealth away. It's like Skye, but better. It actually works.
Right. I don't know if that
I think
works.
It has the same.
I feel like you do that once or twice.
I don't think that works at all. Yeah, I don't think that works whatsoever. But I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, I think that playstyle worked because you could play other ways, but if you have to play that way,
yeah,
then they just buy Illuminate and they prio that, and you fall over. So
yeah,
Strix, I don't think is moving. Again, it's like big change. Well, big changes, many changes. Does it impact this character? Yes. Does it change how good they are? Not really.
Yeah. That's about it.
So do you want to like...
Okay. So. I've put my feet up on my desk. Terminus
That's what that
is a character. That's what that was, yeah. Terminus is not great in live servers right now. And this is a big nerf. This means this is basically like 5-second uptime going down to, I believe, like 4.4, 4.5.
It's just 4, I think. Oh wait, is it? Wait, 20. No, that's
it would be
no. 4,
no.
no, because that adds
am I bad at math?
No, that adds up to. Yeah,
it's
just under 4. Yeah, no, I'm just trying to do math.
Underneath, okay, yeah, so just under 4 seconds.
Yeah,
this is a big nerf. This is a significant nerf. Yeah. I think if they did this and they reverted all the changes from last patch, he'd be in a good spot.
They just hit him with two big nerfs.
I think they hit him with 2 giant nerfs in a row, and now he's awful.
They did the thing where they hit a character with a big nerf, didn't give it time. Like if they had done this, if they left him for a patch and then in 4.7 said, yeah, we think he's still too strong, I think that'd be at least a reasonable process. I don't think this is even remotely reasonable to hit a character with so many big nerfs, wait a month, and then do it again.
Yeah.
I don't think that's enough time. Like, even if you look at, like, when characters get released, usually there's, like, 1 patch. They get big change, and they wait, like, 2 patches before they get changed again.
So Term is not great in live. Term's not great in live. Just, like, how this impacts the game. I mean, 1, main tank. This is another dead main tank, which I'm always very, very saddened by, because they're a dying breed.
Yeah, really. Nara's gone, Nando's getting a big nerf. Barrack is just like vibing up there.
It's just a big DPS with a shield. I mean, yeah, no, Barrack's fun. Barrack's the only good one. You could have done this last patch and done nothing you did last patch. He still would have been. He would have been perfect. He would have been fine. This, I would have been like this. By itself is fine. It's a fine change. It's understandable. This in conjunction with all this dumb stuff that happened last patch that shouldn't have happened, in my opinion, the character's dead. He's even more dead than he was now, and I'm pretty sure he's pretty dead now. I straight up do not get this.
I think I agreed. I don't know if you pick him
ever.
End of sentence.
Yeah,
I think I've got a new term for some main tanks, which is paperweight, where it's like, we don't actually need a character that does anything, we need something to sit on point. And I think Anara and Term are becoming paperweights. Like, they're very bad, but they sit on point. And it's they have big HP. They have big HP.
Yeah.
They don't do much else. You just put them on point, and it's easy to do, and it's easy to play off that. So that they just become paperweights. And I think that's easy to play, and I think it's still going to be played in ranked because like that is an easy and strong way to play. But like realistically, if you got a team of like 5 people, you know, like you got a team of like good players.
Mm-hmm.
Are you picking Term on like his best maps? Like, is he better than like double off tank? Is the thing that I think we'll have to figure out, because I think that's his niche now. I don't think aside from being a paperweight, you pick this guy unless you're on like Ice Mines, Jag, maybe.
I don't even not even then. Double off tank is so good. Double off tank's so good on those maps because you just have aggression. Like double off tank is so good on Ice and Jag and Bright on the smaller maps. I think Terminus is just functionally dead. You will never take this character. Double off tank is just better.
Ranked is going to be a weird place if double off tank is the best option because I don't trust ranked to play single off tank. So
yeah, it'll be double off tank will be the best option. If main tanks become irrelevant, which they are, yeah. This is what it is.
Yeah.
It sucks. I like main tanks a lot. It's kind of my whole thing. But Term's dead. You don't pick this character ever.
Time to learn off tanks.
Yep, double off tank.
Now, one last thing about this character before we go into the next. What about console? How's this character doing on console? Because
he is performing well on console. Well, as in he is doing middle of the road fine. I have VODed some console games recently, and I might sound like an asshole for saying this. You gotta let go of right trigger when you're shooting a Terminus. You gotta take the tape off. Gotta remove the rubber band. You just don't shoot the siphon. It doesn't matter if you're using a controller or a keyboard, or if you're using like the Nintendo Power Glove. Don't shoot the siphon, and don't stack, and Term does nothing.
Yeah, I think this is a weird case.
You can get your little like N64 controller out with 2 buttons in a joypad, and play against Terminus. And as long as that B button is fire, and you just don't shoot it when he's got the siphon holding up, you're fine. Don't shoot the siphon. It's not hard. There's a Term rant.
Yeah, I think this is a weird case of like the devs like listening to player voice when they shouldn't be. I think like the game is fun if you play better, and the devs should literally just tell people to play better. Shut up. I think that's a change where this is relevant because we have the context in the examples. But,
yeah. No, I agree.
That probably sounds toxic. So.
Also, why are they saying absorb?
Absorb? The nature of this is absorb.
Do you mean siphon?
Siphon?
Is that do they mean siphon?
They mean his absorb, Nada. Come on. Don't you know?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what his absorb
his
is.
Ability? Come on.
I've got a few hundred hours on this character. I'm not sure what his absorb is.
Well, that's. Man. Obviously, you don't know why console's playing him so much. Then come on, man.
Ah, the gamepad absorb mechanic.
Yeah, I mean, you press the PS home button and
and Terminus just eats the nearest player.
He's got an execute off.
You know when Kirby like starts sucking the air in?
Oh, no.
All right, this nade launcher nerf should be in the talent, and I hope they make they're thinking about making it talent PTS, and they should.
So,
simple as that.
Yeah, good
Base
change
kit
to the
nerf bad.
character. Base kit nerf bad. Nerf needed. I don't think you need to nerf the nade damage. I think you do one or the other. Honest, I think you just nerf the DR and again wait a patch and see where she lands. I think that's the right way to go about balancing. To play it slow, but like do something and make sure that you communicate to the player base that you like, hey, we're nerfing Tyra's DR. We're gonna like see if she needs a damage nerf or if the DR is enough. And then like you wait a patch, and then you take another look. But yeah, this actually hurts the other playstyles, which like you shouldn't be playing, and you should even more not be playing now. So Base kit nerf good, base kit nerf bad. I think that's really all there is, right? Like you can't play, especially now you can't play the other ways. So. Oh, last change. Vatu. So I know you don't like Vatu, right?
I know I like Vatu. I think he's a good character. I think he's a really cool kit and a nice concept, and I'm glad that he is a character in the game.
Okay.
I like
agree.
Vatu.
You don't think he's strong, maybe?
I think he is overhyped. I think he is fine. I think the counterplay to him is quite simple, and that the player base has sort of forgotten how to play against strong aggro DPS. And because there is this like the fact that people have forgotten what to do against a strong aggro DPS. My brain turned off. Because people have forgotten this and don't know what they're doing. They think he's the best character in the game. I think he's nuts. I think he's insane. He's super strong, which he isn't. He's good. He's got good burst. He's very, very good at doing what he does, which is getting on top of someone and bursting him down. The counterplay is simple. You stack up in off tank, aggro DPS, and DD and support. He cannot burn point well. Because usually, if you leave the aggro DPS alone and you don't let him push you, then the aggro DPS will turn to burn point. Vatu can't do that very well because of his fall off and his limited range. And if he tries to push two people stacking, that's when he starts to fall over because he's taking a 2v1. He has good DR. He lives forever. He has great mobility. I love his kit. But he's not able to 2v1 without his ult. And because the counterplay is so simple as just slightly changing how you're playing and avoiding getting split, I don't think he's God's gift to paladins and that he is a very, very strong character. I still think he's good.
Yeah.
I think he is like severely overhyped in his effectiveness.
I think it's like people wide peeking a sniper. They're going, oh my god, snipers are busted.
Yeah.
So, but the nerf though, I don't hate it honestly. It looks really small, but it might matter for something like because realistically, right over the fight, this is like maybe I don't know what's the cooldown on knives. It's like 4 or 7 seconds or what is it? Cooldown on or dash. Sorry, cooldown on dash.
Cooldown on dash is 5 seconds.
5 seconds? Okay, so this is like what over the course of a fight, maybe 0.5 seconds off his dash.
Yeah, I don't know what this change does.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. The one thing that I will say about this is that the dev commentary I think is interesting because it's very blunt. It's like this talent is overperforming, so we nerfed it. And like, I'm gonna dig up an old thing here, but they keep saying that they don't balance off win rate.
Yeah.
And then everything they do just screams, "We balance off win rate." And that kind of feels like what they're doing here. So I don't hate the nerf, honestly. More of my issue with Vatu as a support is that he has obnoxious amounts of sustain. But like,
which is hard for support to take alone
deal with,
because
I just cannot duel him ever.
Yeah, because there's no cauterize, which is why you need a DD with you.
Flora, so yeah, exactly. But you know, I want a dumpster DPS. I want a dumpster DPS, man. I just can't. So.
Fish, you had a whole meta where you could dual DPS as supports.
What? When? Like 2019?
Yeah, bro.
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah, you had your moment. All right, let me play main tank.
No, that was 2018.
Yeah, but I was bad at the game then.
Same. Oh god. So overall, we're gonna get to Saati next to wrap it up, but I don't think these changes are super impactful. Like,
No,
I'm looking
not
at this,
really.
I'm like, okay, Term's worse. Nando might be worse.
Okay, but like term is worse. Is like you take it. It's like you go to
Term
like the
be-
dumpster in the back alley. That's like a little bit. There's like a. It's like. It's like rain recently. So there's like a bunch of puddles and there's a dumpster, and then there's like a little bit of crud at the bottom of the dumpster, like in the dumpster, and you reach down, you scrape that out, and then you throw it in a puddle. The crud is now worse, but you weren't gonna do anything to it. You don't want it either way. Like, sure, it's now objectively worse because it's in this like obnoxious oil slick rainwater in the in the trashy back alley that has now come out of the dumpster. It's technically worse, but it's still awful, and it was awful before, and there's no reason to ever want to take it with you.
I think that was a very long analogy, but I like it. I like it.
You got my point.
Yeah, you definitely got your point. So Nando's a little worse. Maybe Atlas is a bit better, but he's just gonna get banned even more if anything.
Yeah.
You might see like some small things, like maybe a little bit more Corv, maybe like less Seris, no Skye probably, or less Skye.
I'm so happy. So happy.
But it's like that seems like it. No Andro. But like
no
Bitey's playing Splitgate, so.
Yeesh.
Oh, hello.
No, we got a guest.
We do have a guest.
Oh, are we streaming or something?
No, we're
recording.
a YouTube video.
You guys are sexy. Bye.
Love you too, bro. I'd stay it in.
Yep. Oh, you think I'm editing this? No, dude, this is going.
Let's go straight up.
Yeah, no, I'm putting background
you're
music
gonna
and
have
this is going
You're gonna
on.
you're gonna be stuttering and forgetting my train of thought and stuff.
Oh yeah, no, it's all going to live. Yeah, 100%.
Awesome. I extensively edit me talking because I hate me talking.
Yeah, me too. But like, again, 16 hours. So.
True. Fair point. Good point. Anyway.
So this is a thing.
Why is she blue? Do we know?
No. Do we?
Okay.
Does she have
No,
one
I don't.
somewhere?
She's good. She buys stuff.
She buys
She
stuff.
kills
She
people.
shoot good. We have not. By the way, we have not seen Saati hit a shot yet in a trailer. And like.
True. No, she hit one. She smacked the Skye with a wine
like
glass.
the whiskey
Or a whiskey bottle.
Whiskey or whatever.
Yeah.
Man, buff whiskey bottle. Nerf whiskey bottle, rather. Right. DPS, 2200 HP. Abilities.
I like her kit a lot.
I
The
like
more
her
I've
kit.
like looked at it and messed with it, I like this character.
So 1050 DPS, or actually more than that, right? It's gonna be like 11.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
We'll get to
that after.
So 1050 DPS, let's say. Choose a coin. If you hit the coin, it like hits people. It like your shot bounces off the coin and hits people. You guys have probably seen patch notes if you're looking at like analysis for this. So the coin explodes if you hit 4 shots. Boom, big damage. She has a small dash that sets people on fire somehow. I don't know. Like, I don't know where that's coming from, but it sets people on fire and does a little bit of damage, a little bit of knockback. It's a really short dash, but does damage. And then she has a little cardboard cutout,
Which
so
I love.
it's great. So you use it to put the little cardboard cutout. You go invisible for 1.5 seconds, and then it shoots. It shoots in a straight line. It's not auto aim. It's not a turret. It shoots in a straight line. And then if it hits someone, they get revealed. And if somebody destroys the cardboard cutout, they get revealed.
No.
No?
If they shoot it,
If they shoot
it
it,
gets revealed.
if they shoot it,
So-
what? Okay,
Yeah, if they shoot it, they're revealed for 1 second. If they kill it, they're revealed for 3 seconds.
then her ult.
That's what this will be used for, by the way. This will not really be used for damage.
Yeah.
Maybe for stealth a little bit, but mainly just to make people shoot and proc the reveal.
Yes, I agree. And then her ult is just the little projectile that goes through walls and does damage, and she has free charges of
Which-
it. It's like,
Which I like because she has a lot of reveals in her kit, and I like that. Like, it's cool synergy, cool kit synergy.
that's true actually. So the thing they don't mention anywhere in here is that she doesn't have cooldowns. She has
Yep.
pips.
She has 8 pips. They recharge 1 every 2.5 seconds.
Yep. And then the coin costs 2 pips. Her other abilities cost 4 pips, and her alt charge works like normal. So, but she has a passive where
She has
the numbers.
2 passives.
2 passives.
So this is also not mentioned anywhere. Saati has 2 passives. They have to do with her pips. So she has, at any given moment during the game, anywhere from 0 to 8 pips. If Saati has 0 to 4 pips, if she's in that range, she has 20% movement speed. If Saati is from 5 to 8 pips, she has a 10% faster fire rate. So what does this mean? Fish, you know math better than me. Go for it.
What? How much damage she has?
Oh, just like, well, what's the impact of this? You be my analysis man, my friend.
Oh, when you're just like shooting things, you shoot gooder. Then when you're trying to move around, you move gooder. That's like it, because like both her movement abilities, her dash and her cardboard cutout, cost 4, so they'll both put you into that movement speed for like 2.5 seconds. He said it takes to recharge.
Yes.
So when you use those abilities, you're going to be doing less damage, but you're also going to be moving faster. So if you're just trying to like sit there and shoot, you're going to sit there and shoot. And if you're trying to move around, you're going to move around, but you're going to do a little bit less damage. And honestly, it just seems to be like a little bit of synergy with her abilities. And coin does not proc her shoot. So if you want to like sit back and shoot, you're going to sit back and shoot. And if you want to move around, you're going to move around better. So,
which is cool. I like these passives.
Yeah, I think it's weird.
Wish they were.
Not gonna lie, because
I wish they were talked about in game.
I wish they were talked about in game. Yes.
Passive stab, but yeah.
The only thing that I'm not sure about them is that like I feel like if you want to be moving around, you're going to be using those abilities anyways, and if you want to be shooting, you're not going to be using those abilities as much. So I'm not sure like what it adds to her kit. It seems to just be perfect synergy, which means there's not like much decision making, maybe. But
yeah.
So who knows? And then again, like most characters get a pretty decent balance patch for the next patch. So like we'll see where she is, but. And then her talents. Look over her talents before I talk about like where she goes. So this one, not very good. Honestly, cardboard cutout is a little bit stronger. Doesn't proc your move speed anymore. Just still does damage, but does damage. I don't know. Maybe like if you want to run up to someone and deal 500 burst for some reason. I don't know.
This will not be ran.
This will not be run. This one, if you want to run up to somebody and jump away from them, I don't know. Again, it seems like these are both just like run up to someone, use movement, and then you shoot them good. Which,
this will not be around.
Yeah, so that's like, yeah. This one, so this is a few things. So your coin, right? You shoot shots off your coin, and shots bounce off your coin and hit things. It does more damage to shields, it reveals people, and it heals you.
This will be ran.
This will be ran. Yeah, so
this will be ran a lot.
This will be run until, I think the other two will be run above, like when you're below level 8. I think that's the niche, and then
so the niche for improvise is until you reach level 2, and the niche for window of opportunity is until you reach level 3, and then it's just going to be heads or tails.
Yeah. I think, yeah. Her cards, not to spend like ages on her cards, but she has a few, like she has like ammo, she has HP, she has ult charge.
You're gonna run ammo, you might run ult charge, and then you're gonna run reveals. And DRs maybe? I'm not sure about DRs.
Is a thing, that might be okay. This can generate like 20% ult charge.
That's true, actually. Wait, she can just go sit in the corner and pop all of her pips, and she can really just like sit in the corner, pop all of her pips, and then just have ult.
Yeah.
She can actually just generate her entire ult.
Yeah, so I think it's gonna be some, like, obviously like HP and ammo are both like good fillers, or like
that one's gonna work. That's gonna work in spawn.
Oh yeah, probably. I mean, I don't know. I think they learned their lesson of Tiberius. These I don't think are super relevant. There's the reveal
Yeah.
on
I
destruction.
don't think any of them.
Which,
Maybe. I don't know.
It's a
I don't know.
5.5 second reveal, which is like what Vivian drone used to be, but like, I don't know. I feel like you can ignore the cutouts a decent bit. I think she's just gonna end up being shooty. I think that's it. Shooty with okay mobility. So
30%.
the reveal is gonna be pretty okay.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Like, I think you're gonna pick her because she does damage and she reveals. And
And she got wallbang. She'll be good on the small maps.
yeah, so I don't know, maybe on maps with like a lot of walls or like Jags she might be okay on. I don't know if she'd be like, I assume she'd be okay on like a Stone Keeper if you're fighting at range. Her fall off seemed to be I don't think she's gonna be winning any super long poke fights anytime soon. I don't know about mid range. Like whenever you see like close range DPS, it's always a bit so. I don't know.
I'm not too sure,
but
I'm excited though.
Cool.
I like the character.
Yeah, I
There's
think
nothing in this kit that seems frustrating to play against, except for maybe the wallbang.
the reveal and the wallbang I could see being a bit, but like even then either she's like, I don't know, kind of depends on the hitbox. Again, like we'll have to try this out, but like generally it's like good. I like this so far.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I love all these abilities. This is really cool. I'm happy.
Yep.
I did notice that the bullet ricocheting off of the coin is an entire bullet in the shell.
Oh.
So I guess they're taking the portal approach to this. Saati's gun is just spring-loaded and shoots full bullets. And doesn't actually like shoot them.
You put just like full bullets in the case and then crystal magic sends them out.
That's the that's like, you know, the portal turrets in Portal.
Yeah.
They canonically shoot spring-loaded bullets at you.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's great.
There's like a little blurb of like one of the robots talking about like, a typical bullet only shoots about 30% of the actual bullet at you, but we with our spring-loaded technology shoots the entire bullet. That's 66% more bullet.
That is fantastic. Okay. All right.
But yeah, cool character. I like her.
Cool character. So, Trickshot Patch. Balance
Patch,
changes. Pretty
Balance changes
insignificant.
Yeah. Balance changes are meh.
I don't think much is going to change. Ray's going to be in ranked. That'll be something.
Yeah.
So, like, that might change things up. Like, if I think you'd seen, like, a significant Grover nerf and a Ray was added to ranked, like, maybe she'd be, like, played. And he's like, Domba Ray being played. Maybe, I don't... But
Zen is on these coins, by the way.
So he isn't.
Zen is on these coins.
Oh.
Yeah.
I never know. Lore. So, balance changes seem irrelevant. New character seems cool. Basically, is the short version of
Stone
that.
Keep. I'm
And
anxious.
I'm
very anxious about Stone Keep.
miss this patch's Stone Keep very.
Oh, can they put it in customs?
That'd be nice. I don't think they wouldn't do that. Old Stone Keep. They might, you know, say it's lore from like 100 years ago or something. Before the Midas Shade. Anyhow, you plug?
I plug. I stream. I have a Discord. I don't know. I'm kind of like biding my time and writing scripts right now until I can sit down and power edit. But I've got a YouTube series coming out.
Power edit.
Called.
That's them copium right there.
100%, 100%. Yeah, I've got a YouTube series theoretically coming out called "What Paladins Doesn't Teach You," featuring many mechanics and strategies and such that are not taught well in Paladins, or taught at all, or ever mentioned. So yeah, we're working on that. You can get subscribed at @NADA_llama on YouTube. You need to include the underscore. I don't show up. It's just a bunch of
otherwise you
Portuguese
get
people, socks, and Portuguese people singing songs.
And if you like this sort of like slower content, then buttons below. So
If you like the slower content, well, I'm quite slow. Come enjoy my content.
well, I meant slow as in like I'm not gonna put like you know, super clickbaity thumbnails. New meta every 2 days. So
Is this
talk
the
about the
best
game?
thing in Paladins?
Stun
Is this
Corvus?
the
OP?
is this the best Paladin?
Which actually might be not bad the next patch with the anyhow.
All right, Corvus player.
But anyhow, hope y'all enjoyed. I'll see everybody next time. Bye bye.